You're listening to God, Law, and Liberty with David Fowler and Gary Humble. We're putting culture on a collision course with the truth.
All right, well, welcome to episode 1 of God, Law, and Liberty. I'm Gary.
And I'm David.
And we're excited to start this journey with you. If you're listening, thank you so much for taking a moment as we introduce our new podcast. And, so we are here at the Family Action Council of Tennessee. Our founder and president, David Fowler, was a Tennessee senator for 12 years, practicing attorney, and also a law professor in universities. So we're excited to hear some things from him on how he's developed over the years his worldview and how he approaches law and the way we approach the Constitution, frankly, here today. And beyond that, it's going to be exciting to hear from him. I'm still not really sure why I'm here on this podcast, but I'm sure we'll discover that soon enough.
Well, if you believe in providence, you're here for that reason. Let's put it that way. But no, this is an exciting thing, and I appreciate, Gary, actually, you've joined us recently as our CEO. You have a lot of experience in this area, and for initiating this kind of project. I've spent 25 years of my life studying the law and being involved in politics. And so I think, one of the things that we offer to people through this podcast is that we're not just here to be a theological sounding board, not just a worldview analysis board, right. Or, we've been involved in politics, we've been involved in law. A lot of people don't have that mix of experience, but one of the things that I've valued since you've been here is that you've said to me, stop, slow down, say that one more time, or help me better understand what you mean by that concept, or does this concept lead to this or to that? And I hope we can have that kind of dialogue on the show, because it's been exciting to me.
Yeah.
And
I want others to be part of that dialogue as well.
Sure. That's where I think this came from, is that you're, in many ways, like any other citizens. You've run businesses, you've worked for employees, you've been involved in church work, you've done all those things, and you love politics. But I think since you've been here, you've been pulled down to a little deeper level in some of these things.
Yeah, it's one thing to be engaged in politics and hear, a lot of the opinions that we hear, no matter where you get your news from. But it's another thing to sort of have your own concrete understanding of how our framers understood the Constitution. And if we can take people on that journey, I personally, for me, I know it's changed everything and how I listen to the news and how I view things.
Yeah. I hope what we can do over this podcast is that we can take a great mixture of not only theology, but history, legal concepts, constitutional concepts, current issues, and pull them all together to begin connecting dots. Because to be honest, we've gotten away from a lot of those things.
Certainly, which I'll begin my role now, which leads me to the 3 little pigs. This is
okay.
Yeah, this is my advanced studies here, and I'm
trying to think if I discussed the 3 little pigs in law school. I don't.
Probably not.
Not.
But this morning I was at, you've got 3 little pigs, right? Yeah. And the third pig builds his house out of bricks, and of course, as we learned later on in the story, the wolf cannot blow the house down because the house is strong, because it's made out of brick and mortar. And I was sitting this morning considering, that our framers gave us a foundation of brick and mortar, and I picture myself standing in this house. I'm on a firm foundation, and there's maybe 10, 12, whatever layers of bricks that maybe reach somewhere between knee and waist high. And what has happened, though, in a couple hundred years since we've had that foundation built, is we've lost much of the understanding and the worldview and the way the framers saw things. And so we've evolved in how we look at the Constitution, and we've begun to build on that foundation with, sticks and straw. And gosh, I feel like today, we're building this thing with whipped cream, it's just got no substance whatsoever. But the exciting thing is that foundation of brick and mortar is still there. The U.S. Constitution, our Bill of Rights, those things are still there, and they are strong. And I just wonder if we can blow away all of the sticks and the straw and get back to those bricks, and if we can relearn what a brick is, right, and we can start building with bricks again.
Yeah, sort of like They said Vince Lombardi started training camp by saying, "Gentlemen, this is a football.
This is a football.
And
this is a brick.
This is a brick." And we've got some great bricks. And if we'll just insist that we build on those bricks, if as you say in your analogy there, if we'll blow away the stuff that's covered them over for the years and get back to them, I think we've got a future and a hope. I'm excited about it and glad to go through this journey with you.
I'm optimistic. I am an optimist. So hey, we're excited that y'all are going to join us on this journey. Please tell your friends, family. We are going to, I would say 2 to 3 weeks from now, we're going to be starting this podcast in November, and you'll be able to find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you listen to podcasts. And we are very excited to take this journey with you, and I know you'll be blessed. Thanks so much for joining us.